Feel like I'm straight up out of a 90s rap music video. Feels pretty good, honestly. Detroit Lions, looking at Teddy Bridgewater. Brought him in for a visit yesterday. He got to meet with Ben Johnson, Mark Brunell, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, obviously. And quite frankly, I love it. 3-4 months ago, I put out a video basically just saying, hey, Teddy Bridgewater's the perfect backup fit here in Detroit, because he is. Here's a guy who, yeah, sure, maybe his record is 33-32. It doesn't show like, hey, this guy is a starting QB material. However, he can win in this league. We have seen that with him in his 2019 stint with the Saints. I think he had 4 or 5 games in a row, W's posted on the board. Like, he's a guy who can get it done. And the Detroit Lions are entering into a new era, a new atmosphere, if you will, where it's like, if Jared Goff goes down and Nate Sudfeld is our backup, how do you feel? Wow, got really close to the camera there. Are you comfortable? I'm not comfortable with that. And sure, maybe not. Nate Sudfeld has made the jump from, hey, here's a guy who's just in the film room, to, hey, now he can back up, Jared Goff. He fits well. Because let's face it, last year, Dan Campbell called it out. Brad Holmes, he called it out. They were like, yeah, we were in a pinch. I think it was Brad Holmes saying, like, last year, David Blau, Tim Boyle, both are gone by the start of the season. 1 week ahead of time, we bring in Nate Sudfeld just because we were like, oh, shoot, need to do something. So Nate Sudfeld comes in, has to learn the playbook, has to be behind Jared Goff in case something terrible happens. We have entered into a new scenario. The Lions have entered into a new scenario where it's like, you don't have the backup QB. Jared Goff goes down. The whole offense falls apart. The season could die like that. It could just evaporate, Thanos style. And that'd be a huge buzzkill. So bringing in a guy like Teddy Bridgewater could be humongous. And I mean, according to Campbell said the medical came back good. Like, it was just a time to be able to sit down face to face. I wouldn't be surprised to see Teddy Bridgewater wearing Honolulu blue here real soon, because the Lions definitely need a backup QB who could take this team to the playoffs in a, God forbid, terrible scenario in which Jared Goff goes down. So hearing that they have been going through the process, that's the other thing. We're talking about like a 3-4 month process since they last met with Teddy Bridgewater. That's some maturation, man. That's a Detroit Lions team that just didn't go out, find the next guy who's washed up, say, hey, here's Trey Flowers, $90 million deal just because you're my boy. You know, it's like actually taking the time to find the right pieces to the puzzle, whether or not we get Teddy Bridgewater. I think he would be a really solid backup QB, a guy who has proven it in this league. Hey, he can get it done. And with the O-line around him, with this run game, Ben Johnson's schemes, like, as a whole, I think you bring Teddy Bridgewater in it's just a safety net. Because, again, I don't feel comfortable with Nate Sudfeld being that safety net. But, hey, let me know what you guys think. Teddy Bridgewater, if he came to Detroit, are you all for it? I mean, it's the type of guy where you're like, well, it's perfect. He's not competing for the starting job. He's not competing with Jared Goff. He is there as the blanket in like oh my God, we need you to get out there. Sunshine. Remember the Titans. Did the best I could. That is it. Drop your thoughts in the comments, how you feel about Teddy Bridgewater coming to Detroit. All right, I got to go make a pot of coffee.